Say have fun in your podcast.
On your podcast.
Say I love you.
I love you.
Racial epithets that has worked for them for many years or many decades or whatever, and try to get those things in order, in my opinion.
And even if you really want to go deep into it, there's another part of their fear, is that their fear that if they're no longer on top and the people of color have the advantage, they might take revenge on us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All the horrible things we've done to them over the years.
Revenge is definitely
that's
embedded.
Another big part of it.
Yeah.
It's subconscious too. I don't even think they're all even aware of it.
No,
that it's in their minds.
I think it is.
I think it's two parts of like retribution and like what happened. Equal to though, like equal to, and then like retribution, bro. I think that's a big part of it. Like, no, you read my mind, bro. You read my mind.
Because the white man in this case, they would take revenge and they will, if something was right, they would do it. So they know that if
that's a good point, Frank, because like they're thinking like, because that's what I would do.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Right. But then also, you hear that bullshit of like, it's not bullshit, but then you hear like a lot of people say, well, let's remember that everyone's been a slave at some point in time. It's like,
man, and I swear for God,
I swear for God, nigga.
Something good's gonna happen after that.
Hey, that's not the opening line to a nigga getting fired or about to fight. I don't know what it is, nigga. I swear for God.
I swear for God. Because it's the prelude to somebody getting their ass kicked.
Nigga.
I don't know why I read these dumbass comment sections, but I always do. And it was somebody trying to...
James, I love you. Why do you read the sections, bro?
I don't know why, dog. I guess I'm a And this woman was in here talking about how she's Irish and there was Irish slaves and blah, blah, blah. And it didn't even take nobody black to check her. The white folks was checking her like, bitch, you wasn't no Irish slaves. They were indentured service. Same thing. No, it's not, bitch.
Nah, I'm like 3 years ago, I got into that with somebody, dog. And I was just like, yeah, it's like, you just a dumbass racist, dog. The only thing worse than a racist is a dumbass racist.
It's a dumbass racist.
All right, let's continue the video. Hold on.
All right.
That's the term they used to describe them.
Why do we demonize the people that get lured here by business owners that have jobs waiting for them? Why don't we do mandatory prison time for anybody that hires?
Big teeth is on our side.
Hey, you ain't shit, Wisdom.
I'm mad, dog. She look like old girl from fucking what's the Disney movie?
No.
Mermaid movie, nigga.
Oh.
Mermaid. She like Ursula.
The evil queen.
Yeah.
Damn.
Not Ursula.
Damn, you make her Ursula?
I'm mad.
Wait a minute. You look like old girl from work, dude.
Who?
You know the little short with the gap in her mouth?
Y'all some body shaming fools.
What's the little monster movie?
Shrek?
No, the two little monsters, the furry, the furry big one and the little one.
Monsters Inc., nigga.
One with the glass. Damn it.
Mike Wazowski.
No,
yeah, that's talking about the woman that was like, I need
work. That was like the boss.
Yeah, I need the reports, nigga.
Yeah, her.
Turned out she was the head of the whole. She was the head of the whole undercover operation, nigga.
Yeah, niggas ain't shit.
Dog.
All right, we'll continue.
An illegal alien.
Fine.
Mandatory federal
We're okay
time.
with that.
Or at least do
Sounds
fine.
good.
Stop
Big fine.
luring them here, and then you demonize
Fine.
the people.
This is America. You come in here. You come in here legally. My parents and my grandparents were immigrants.
Okay, here's the start. Here's the start of
Hey,
me getting
dog.
triggered, though.
Hold on. You know what? My bad. I take it back. I know I was annoyed by this white woman's voice, but that face right there, nigga, that white woman's face, nigga, that's a bitch to be like, look here. Hey, dog.
He's ready to say it now, like bitch.
Hey, dog.
You know what I heard in that whole exchange right there?
What?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I agree.
This is America. Don't get just let me know.
Hey, I hope we don't get blocked on YouTube for playing pirated, copyrighted music or lyrics on this.
Hey, dog. Hey, she look like me. But white people on my job be like, "Hey, you want to see my children?" They show pictures of puppies, nigga. That's what she look like. That's what she look like right there, nigga. That be my face. Where I be like, if your kids, the fucking dirty ass fucking beasts and fucking killers.
Yeah.
You don't get them dusty ass puppies off this motherfucking screen and shit.
She look like a white woman that's had enough of niggas and white people came for Trump, nigga.
Yeah.
They worked
All right,
hard.
let's
They
get going.
adopted and they came into this country legally. Voting based on emotion, you got to base it on facts. What are the facts?
America is like a lifeboat, and at a certain
Oh
point,
no, but hold on, dog. Like she yada 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 the fact that my parents were immigrants,
They came legally.
but they voted legally. How did they? How? What?
No, they came in legally.
No, she said came in legally.
Naturalization process.
Okay.
Hey, what about this dude right there? Is about to talk about the idea of America being a lifeboat.
Yeah, why don't we just let this finish and then comment?
My bad.
Yeah, let's go ahead and finish it and then comment because we're not really here.
My bad.
everybody is a lifeboat. The lifeboat sinks.
We have American children that are starving. How many kids do you know that go to school every day and then they also bring a backpack home on the weekend where the churches have provided food for our American children?
By show of hands, who wants to build a wall? Raise your hands. Who is opposed to a wall? Raise your hands. Just like America, split 50-50.
No, it's not.
Why not a wall?
All of the people who voted to build the wall and the people who want illegal immigrants deported are the same people who want lower taxes, but tax money is exactly where that budget to build the wall is going to come from.
Here's how you pay
The facts.
Keep playing, dog. Keep playing, dog.
for the wall. 12 million illegal immigrants.
This is the unemployed one.
Nigga, where's the
Just let it play, Frank. Let it play.
Okay.
You put them on a modified path to citizenship, a new visa, and every year you have to pay $1,000 to maintain that visa. Okay? You have 12 million people paying $1,000 for the next 10 years. That's $120 billion that you just generated.
What's wrong with that?
Well, because they're making $8, $10 an hour, and they're barely feeding their children.
Undocumented worker should pay $1,000 a year because they are here.
I don't know about 1,000, but a path is a path. I agree that there should be some sort of path. There's no way you're going to get rid of 12 million people that are sitting here contributing to our society, helping us grow, making us more diverse, all things that we want.
Should there be a path to citizenship? I'm Hispanic, and I don't think so. And I'll tell you...
Hold on. Here's Josue, dog. Oh, goddamn, this asshole, dog.
Because there should be a consequence to them entering illegal. So
let me rewind that just to make sure that you guys got it.
I get it, dog. That white
path to citizenship. Maybe consider giving them status to stay here legally, but not impact the platform for either Democrat or Republican.
You are taking a position that is different from a majority of your community.
Back in the day, even if you weren't, maybe in the 70s, 80s, if you were illegal and you got deported, you grabbed your family and went home. I love my family. I still have family in Mexico. So, and I've seen it growing up here in Texas.
Were you born here?
My friends, I was born here in Dallas.
What about your parents?
My parents were born in Mexico.
Did they come here legally?
Actually, that's a good question. I haven't asked them.
You had $10,000 on the line.
Nah, you know what the fuck that's about, nigga.
Yeah.
They come, they knocking on the door right now, nigga. ICE is at the door. Like, where the fuck your parents?
Where is it? ICE.
Security contractor, though.
Yeah, man.
He's snitching on his parents, though.
God damn.
Both your parents come here legally.
If this ain't the mother
Thinking about it, probably not. And I would still stick to my views because I was born in this great country that believes in the rule of law, and they come from a country that.
Why that one bitch said that nigga like
you motherfucker?
Oh, he's cooling it up, though.
The one I guess our left.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one on the right has already judged him.
Yes. Like, shut the fuck up, nigga.
Even though they have laws on the book, which is Mexico, they almost are not followed through.
Who's going to win this race?
Ted Cruz.
Who thinks Ted Cruz? Raise your hands. And who thinks Beto O'Rourke? So where are my Beto voters who think that Cruz is going to win? Explain why.
That's a red state. We're conservative. Beto is the challenge, and unfortunately, Texas is doesn't really do a lot of change.
And just like me, before the Kavanaugh thing, I probably wasn't going to vote, but this Kavanaugh thing is going to turn out a lot of people.
What is it about what happened that is now making you a voter?
I think he was treated very unfairly.
But why would that cause you to vote?
Because I think they did him totally wrong.
There, that's it.
I like how, like, in all of that racism, fucking privilege, none of that, you can just speak freely, and none of that is like questioned. But that's America though, so I get it.
Nah, I gotta get on my man Josue though.
But it's like you're sitting like we talked about in our chat group, and it's like, yeah, my parents may or may not be illegal immigrants, but I made it, so fuck everybody else.
That's that shit that irritates me, bro. Like, and that's what I always told you from that. That's that journey I'm on now, or that path that I'm on. Is that this is the reason why I got triggered by that shit. I'm an advocate for protecting and preserving the opportunities that were there presented to me or were available to me. You know what I'm saying? I made it. I'm a success story and this and that. But thanks to those opportunities that were there, that people that came before me paved that. They're the reasons why they were made available to me at that time. But now you have people like this motherfucker Josue that. Yeah, his parents came here illegally. He was born here, but because he's here already, he made it. Like, he wants to shit on everybody else that to afford them that same opportunity that his parents had, whether they came here legally or illegally. So, right. I mean, that's that bullshit. I mean, I know we talk about like
nobody's talked about.
What's that?
And there's an issue that people don't talk about in the immigration thing. Is that there's something that got changed. Well, it's been a while now. The revolving door is no longer there. What you had was a lot of people that would come in and work, for whatever their season was, and they would leave and go back, home, and then they come back the next season. Well, when they started saying, they started shutting the door on that. You can't just do the revolving door thing. So they say, well, if I can't come back next season, I'm just gonna stay.
Right.
And that's a big reason why you have so many, such a large number of illegals is because they're like, well, I can't make any money if I can't come back.
Right.
So I'm just gonna stay.
But James,
and that's make the problem that much bigger.
Yeah, I'll say that like that's still true, but it's like what we talk about like what we have talked about here on in depth. We talk about like welfare queens. We say welfare queen, like it's like the typical black woman brought up. When you say like a person coming here to the States and having a baby, they never think of white skin. They think of just Mexicans. So I think it's that same dangerous racist.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the whole another. Yeah, like
But I'm saying, but
only illegal aliens are from South America.
Yeah, it's like South America, you know what I'm saying? But like, there's no Asian, there's no fucking like European, fucking Russian motherfuckers coming here having babies. That's never a thing. Like, cause like, and I would say, I you know, hey, up until like 6 years ago, if a nigga said illegal immigrant,
right?
I will say like I was a nigga that thought Hispanic or Mexican. But until I started reading a little bit more and got a little bit more woke, and actually my boy Frank, and I'm just like,
I was gonna say that because I've known you for a little bit more than 5 years, so
we know you for a little bit, but like it's like, and you start to dig into it a little bit more, and it's like
so you thought I was Mexican when I met you, huh? That's
I did
bullshit.
think that. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say that. Man, and then you was like, matter of fact, like you remember like Lopez. That nigga's Venezuelan. And I was like, I thought you were Mexican. And he was like, no, I'm from Venezuela. And I was like, oh, okay. It's all right. So do you like refried beans or like pork? The difference? I don't know what's happening.
Oh, shit. I like refried beans, Frank.
But it also goes, we talking about too, like in our podcast previous to when we were on, where it's like the death of America would be, we don't know anything outside of America. You know what I'm saying? It's like I knew like a lot of things as far as like Africa shit. You know what I'm saying? Like because cultural shit that like attained like that was to me, but you my nigga, and I like it's like knowing you, and it's like okay, there's Nicaragua, there's all this other shit, and it's like getting into it culturally, and like yeah, I'm not saying I'm not that dense. I knew there was more to it than that. But you start learning more and understanding more, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, this link takes you to that link, and it's like, wait a minute, illegal immigrants are also Asian in Europe and Russians and all those other motherfuckers that come over here on a plane and have a baby in Florida, wherever the fuck. And it's just crazy, like what we're led to believe.
Right.
Oh, that's another point about the wall. Yeah, a lot of people fly in.
No, I'm saying you saw my
a lot of illegal aliens. They fly in.
You saw my post on Facebook. Where I was like, "Why we building a wall when niggas just flying in?"
Or digging underground.
That that's still a wall. I mean, yeah, but the wall stop that. That's Frank's people.
All right, so we're gonna switch kind of gears a little bit.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Go ahead.
So I think was it you that posted this one?
Yeah, I reposted. One of my boys posted this, and
hey nigga, I posted that too though.
So what we're talking about? Go ahead, you guys. Let the audience know what we're looking at.
So it was you go ahead, James.
Oh, it's a notice that's been hung in a daycare, apparently, and I'll just read it.
Hold on. Hey, read it. We're talking about
a picture.
What up?
And it's got, it says marijuana at the top, and there's a marijuana leaf at the bottom, and it says, "Dear parents, please advise that the staff at Max Childcare has smelled some of you out. What you do in your leisure is none of our concern. However, when your habit follows you into our facility, then it becomes a problem. Please, before you drop your children or children off, smell check. If you come into our facility and you and your children smell like marijuana or any other illegal substance, we will call CPS, Crimes Against Children, and the police. All staff members are aware of this memorandum and have been advised to make any necessary calls. We apologize for being so blunt." Child care. So
are peanuts illegal substance?
God damn it.
Hold on, dog.
Because they are deadly.
Hey, I don't know who Mac is, but if you taking your kid to a daycare facility,
and you smell like weed,
called Max, and it's MAC, Max, nigga. It should be understood That niggas don't come there smelling like weed.
Actually, I do. I know a brother named Mac that has a daycare facility here in town.
Would he be worried about marijuana?
Yeah, he would say something.
He would?
Yeah. He's for real. He's for real about the kids.
Right.
But what I'm saying is,
okay, check it out. Now look at this. If they were coming in smelling like alcohol,
right?
I'm about to say though. Would he say something?
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know because I never seen nobody saying, "Hey, if you come in there smelling like a the fucking boom."
I have. We had that problem at Crittenton before.
Right, but I'm saying I never.
Kids when they smell like alcohol.
Right. Yeah, but I'm saying, but we've seen like the soap, but like parents coming to Crittenton means they're coming to visit their kid as opposed to dropping their kid off for the day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same thing. You're coming into a place that not only you're bringing your child, and you're bringing them around. You're coming around other children.
Right, but I've never seen somebody coming to drop I've never been there where somebody dropping their kid off for daycare at Crittenton and then coming to pick them back up the following day. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's the point.
What I think here is the point. Like you're saying, like you're dropping your kid off smelling like weed. I also know that you're coming to pick your kid up this evening. You know what I'm saying? It's a daycare.
Yeah.
It's not a behavioral health facility where I'm coming to visit my child for 2-3 hours and then leaving.
All right.
No, but you showed up though. You showed up under the influence. That's
but smelling like weed doesn't equate. My clothes smelling like weed doesn't equate the influence of weed. I might be in a house when I'm smoking weed. That's the problem. And also, I'm a person that doesn't believe that weed is as harmful as alcohol. Would you?
Right. I agree.
So I'm saying that if I'm drinking alcohol, it's not going to be in my clothing. That means it's coming out of my skin, out of my pores, for the most part. Which means I've been drinking alcohol so many hours beforehand before I drop my child off. I might be in a house where I've been smoking weed, and my clothes may come in contact with it.
But it also implies that you're smoking weed around your children.
But I'm also don't believe that weed is as dangerous as alcohol either.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a drug and it's still legal.
But also, it's Oxycontin. It doesn't smell.
But if they could detect oxytocin on your skin, they probably say something about that. If you could smell oxycontin.
What I'm saying is they'll never be able to smell Oxycontin. You and I both know this.
But you can't. But you smell. Yeah, that's not even anywhere near the point. The point is that it's obvious that you've been consuming drugs and you brought your children to our facility.
Right. I've been consuming drugs. So let's say tonight.
So it's more like child endangerment.
Let's say child endangerment.
So it's not the act itself.
I hear what you're saying. Both. You're both saying though. So if I'm consuming alcohol and you can't smell it, that's not child endangerment.
It is.
Yeah.
It is if you're driving a kid.
If you don't smell marijuana on you, it's not this.
Right, but here's the thing with marijuana is a person that has smoked marijuana.
Just trying to excuse people showing up high with their kids. That's what it sounds like.
Because you smell marijuana, that I'm high. I could be in a house when I'm smoking marijuana. Doesn't mean that I'm high.
The point is, please do not show up smelling like alcohol. Smelling like weed when you drop your kids off. It's real simple.
Hey,
either change your clothes,
hold on,
something like that. It's a really simple thing.
Hold on. Did Jeff just fall asleep? Hold on. Hey, wait.
Hold on, stop. But somebody breathe hard.
Yeah.
What I'm also leading up to is that it becomes a real thing as far as like who determines the strong. Because like there was another thing where I read where the strong smell marijuana. So you get into a dangerous thing where people get to dictate as far as like how safe your children are, which is very dangerous because like we got into a thing with Grant at his fucking like daycare where they came out of nowhere and said we noticed this knot on his head. He's a 3-year-old. Of course, he falls into a wall, and they were like, "Well, we have to file this with the state." So you got to be careful with that because it leads to a very dangerous slippery slope. That's all I'm trying to say, bro. You got. I understand your daughter's older, and you ain't got to worry about that. But I'm saying, like, my caveat to that was like, who determines what the smell of marijuana is? Because a lot of people don't know what marijuana smells like. A lot of people don't know what alcohol smells like. I'm just saying. I know what you're saying.
Roger, I think you're full of shit right now, bro.
I'm not.
I think you're full of shit. I think you're full of shit. I think you're making excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
You absolutely are.
Absolutely making. Yeah.
It's real simple. It's real simple.
Okay.
But you know what? If you don't want to, if you want to like smell, don't bring your
Okay.
kids
You know
in.
what?
Don't bring your kids.
Hey, you know what? Let's backtrack it as far as like let's go to this whole new thing because y'all gonna say it doesn't equate, but this whole new thing of bullying online. Bullying online. Who equates that? And who regulates that?
This is a private business.
I get who regulates bullying online?
Yeah, that's straight apples and oranges right there.
Well, hey, you're right. Apples, but they both fruits, my nigga. But you're right, apples and oranges. But anyway, you know what? 2 years from now, when we can't have this podcast no more because we said so-called hate language, we'll talk about it then.
So
hold on.
So what I'm hearing you say
violate my First Amendment right.
Bringing your kids to school running
it's not really a First Amendment right because if you look at it, like there are a lot of people out there as far as the FCC who are trying to get people who have podcasts to have a regulation and get into like things as far as like having a license for their podcast because there are certain languages they want to regulate as far as podcasts.
Right.
Facility.
I'm just saying though. I know for you it's like loosely related.
Casting a huge net.
I don't see that as loosely related, bro.
A net is.
I don't see it's related at all.
I
think we're talking about non sequiturs, bro.
I feel you. When 2 years
That's
from
a
now,
very appropriate term, right?
That was a good term.
When we can't talk about it, that's fine. All I'm saying is, you say like somebody has to.
What do you tell me?
He's yada yada.
When they're raising your kids, you'll understand.
All I'm saying is,
this is kind of Sean Hannity-ish right now.
When your kids are being raped, you'll know.
That's fine. That's fine. All I'm saying is, tell me, what's the biggest danger? People smoking weed or people getting drunk and dropping their kids off?
Well, both can be because they're endangering the child.
All I'm saying is, I think it's an answer the question. What's the biggest danger? Niggas being drunk and dropping their kids off who don't smell alcohol, and niggas who smell like marijuana dropping their kids off.
If you're drunk enough that you're gonna crash your car, you're gonna smell.
Right.
Come on, Doc. How many times we been drunk and drove home? How many? Hold on, James. How many times we been drunk, been able to operate?
Roger.
Just because I do it.
That ain't near about what the conversation is about, man.
Right, yeah.
The conversation is a smell.
Roger, we're not talking about what's not observable. We're talking about what is observable. If it is observable,
I understand the smell of marijuana doesn't equate a danger to a child. That's all I'm trying to say. The smell of marijuana does not equate the danger to a child. And what you're getting into is where you have an agency outside of your home that gets to determine how safe your child is, and that's very dangerous. That's what we're getting to, bro. That's all I'm saying. If y'all want to be like yada, 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 that's fine. Let's move on. All I'm saying is,
what'd you say about agendas?
I don't. Yeah. This is not the first. This is not the first.
Yeah.
No. I have an agenda. I agree.
This
we
is
know
team
that.
defense right here for you, right?
No, all I'm saying is
this your team's defense right here.
All I'm saying is I love y'all. All I'm saying is because y'all don't have.
They got an agenda like a motherfucker, man.
All I'm saying is I don't smoke weed. What I'm saying is y'all don't have 3-year-olds anymore. What I'm saying is this is not the first sign or the first thing I've been keeping up on that alludes to this, where you have an agency outside of your home that dictates how you act in your home. That's all I'm saying. It's very dangerous, bro. And I know y'all want to laugh and joke about it, but
they're not the only. I'm sure they're not the only daycare in the city.
Right.
I just said that. I just said that,
Go
James.
to another daycare. This is not a nationwide.
If you hear what I'm saying, James, I'm saying
this is not the only policy.
I hear what you're saying. All I'm saying is, James, I'm saying this is not the only sign in a daycare that I've seen where an agency outside of your home dictates how you act in your home. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Why do you think that this came up? Why did you think this memo was written?
I don't know, bro. You tell me.
No, they know. I don't know. Why would they do this? Just out of nowhere. I
don't know. Some nigga showed up and dropped his kids off and went to work.
It wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't just one. So this happened once.
You're assuming something else. No, hold on. You asked me to answer your question. You're assuming something else after my answer. So if we're gonna keep assuming, all I'm saying is you told me to answer your question. Don't assume anything else after my answer.
All right.
I just want to see what you're gonna say.
I just said it. I said a nigga showed up who may have been very sober, who's supposed to like marijuana, whatever.
Hey man, that Chiefs defense is getting cooked, bro.
and they still winning.
Nigga, that's
anyhow.
And your brother still got a motherfucking post with a defensive player on this page. I don't know what to do with it.
All right, since we want to get basically,
he probably been dropping his kids off running.
Hold on. It's all good though. When we all can't have no podcast no more, I want everybody to send me an email.
I knew where you're getting at, but I think we're talking about here is maybe. For me, I want to read into it that it's about the endangerment of the child.
Right.
That's what I saw into. But I thought this was funny because it's like how who cares if ultimately for me who cares if my kid if I smell like weed as long as my kid is there. That's how I saw it. I was like, why do you have to care? But going back to it, it is a private business, or if it is a private entity or whatnot. I mean, I'm choosing to take my kid there. So,
dude, hold on.
Wait a minute. Pause. We ain't talking about they coming in smelling like corn chips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, doing what y'all do in y'all home is one thing.
It can't be what I do in my own home.
When you come outside the home, that's a whole different paradigm shift.
Okay. Because
I'm talking about bringing somebody to a public place.
As somebody who coached football, a parent who did not smell like alcohol, but was apparently drunk.
Why are we talking about shit you can't observe? We talking about shit that is observable.
I did observe it. I observed that he was drunk.
Then you should have reported it.
Because I was a medic. But if you're just a regular nigga, you're talking about somebody who was like erratic and talking, but I'm looking at your pupils and saying, but he didn't smell like alcohol.
So again, we're talking about shit that is readily observable.
No, it's not readily observable. It's not. If I just drop my kids, if I just drop my kid off and you don't smell like alcohol, how do I know it?
All right, Roger.
All right, Joe.
Chiefs
all right, Joe.
Chiefs defense, nigga.
If you don't smell like alcohol, how do I know you're drunk?
All right, so
if you don't smell like alcohol, how do I know you're drunk?
Chiefs defense, bro.
All right, we're gonna hang on to this one.
If you don't smell like alcohol, how do I know you're drunk?
If you come and smell like weed, there's nothing in there that says that. We will assume that you're high if you come and smell like marijuana. There's nothing in there that says that.
Okay, that's fine. When we all fucking being dictated by
stop.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
well, but they're not telling you not to do it. They just
bogus, man. Don't even say
really bogus.
Yeah.
No, y'all being bogus right
now. No, but they're not telling you to stop.
When the fascist communists come down and
right.
Get out of here, man.
Straight Fox News right there.
Fox News-esque.
I'm just laughing at it all because nobody thought that Trump would win, but hey, we all here.
There it is.
Trump won.
Why are you bringing up?
Because we couldn't bring our kids to school blunted. I feel you, man. That's exactly how that went down.
I'm not saying that.
The correlations.
Is that gonna be your platform when you run? And I want all parents to be able to come blunted and high and drop their kids off to take care. No harassment. That's my platform.
That should be it.
That's exactly what I said. You're right.
Skunked up.
All right, so
let's carry on with y'all bullshit agenda. Let's carry on.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Our bullshit agenda. Okay.
Yeah, let's shame anybody that doesn't agree with us.
Right, I feel you.
All right, so
shame y'all. I'll shame you niggas.
Some people say that we. some
You
people
gonna
say,
let our kids get raped, man? What's wrong with you?
"Oh my God."
Come on, man.
Hey, we're gonna pay us R. Kelly here because he ain't been proved right. Y'all niggas y'all probably got Jello pudding pops in y'all refrigerator right now, nigga.
Anyhow, so some people say we don't talk about sports enough.
It's a great segue. This nigga's
Damn.
What is Odell Beckham doing? What is he doing?
Hold on.
This is a nice story.
No, hold on.
James don't want to
Hold on.
Hey,
Doug
James,
Boats.
Hey, James,
Doug
Odell
Boats.
smoked weed before the game.
Yeah, well, is he dropping his kids off at the game?
Right, I don't think so. That's not what that's
I don't understand what we're talking about.
If you look real close, he's dropping his kids off into this disabled girl.
That is not his. Oh, come on, dog.
Wow.
Hey,
come on.
The views.
That was over the line.
A habitual line stepper.
That was over the line.
A habitual line
Over
stepper.
the line. But he does it habitually.
Habitual line stepper.
Habitual line stepper.
He's a habitual line stepper, man.
Hey, dog,
He oversteps lines habitually.
You know what?
It's Marquise Goodwin.
Marquise Goodwin.
Yeah, this is your story, so I guess I'll play. I mean, it's not really a video. I'll just put it on the show notes, but you could explain it.
You can't. It's no sound really.
I mean, yeah, because it's just a dance video.
It's dance.
Well, I've become a big fan of Marquise Goodwin, man.
Why is that?
What's up?
Why is that?
Oh, why is that? Well, because I'm a track fan, and so I knew Marquise as a track athlete before I knew him as a football player. Matter of fact, I ate at a restaurant with him. He was at the next table when he was jumping at Drake for the national championship when he was at Texas. He was a collegiate champion in the long jump and went on to the Olympics. And so when he went on and played football, I said, okay, well, that's a dude. I followed as a track athlete. Let me check him out as a football player. And so I'm glad to see he's having great success there. But I've seen two videos in the recent like last week or so that have made me an even bigger fan of the guy. So it appears that he has grown up his whole life, and his sister suffers from cerebral palsy. I forgot what it is, but she's in a. So it looks like she's in a wheelchair. And
my bad. I mean, I don't interrupt you, but I don't want to misspeak. But that's what it looks like here.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't have the video up, but I mean, I figure you're a healthcare professional, you know better than I do. But she suffered her whole life, and he has basically served as one of the primary caretakers for her, even as a millionaire now in the league. He still considers that to be one of his primary concerns, is to take care of his sister, man. And so, I mean, it's really touching. And then so they did a little story on him about that part, but then also he and his wife were having a kid, and basically there was a miscarriage. I think if it was one. No, I don't think it was a miscarriage. I think it was a SIDS or something like that. I forgot what it was, but basically, they were struggling with, her uterus or something like that, to the point where, I don't know, I think there were just some complications. The baby died. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Did it die after the fact or during?
I'd have to go back and rewatch the video. I posted it before this. Before this one. So yeah, we have to go back and look at it. But yeah, GTS nigga. So.
Hey, yeah, exactly. That's why I said my bad. I look at it. Hey, we know the rules of the show.
Hey, you know the rules.
You know the rules. So anyway, he his baby died, and then so like the day of it, or like the last day, I think the baby was alive. Like the last day the baby was alive, or maybe the baby was in the hospital dead or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to go to work. He didn't want to go play in the game. But his wife told him, "Yo, this would be the only chance your son get to see you play or whatever." So he goes out in the game, and he catches like this bomb touchdown, and I think it was his first touchdown of the season, and just kind of broke down in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? So dealing with all the issues with his child dying and complications go along with that. Then he's been a stand-up guy for his infirm sister forever. You know what I'm saying? I've just gained a newfound respect for the dude, even beyond my, you know what I'm saying, liking him as a track athlete / football player. So the video that you were about to show is basically Odell Beckham. This is something I found on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I follow a lot of track athletes. So a lot of people would repost this. Odell Beckham before the game had went over to his sister, and they were just, having a little dance off or something like that, just trying to, entertain her and bring a smile to her face, man. So, big ups to Odell Beckham, but Marquise Goodwin, I think he's other than any Chief, that's definitely my favorite player in the league right now. So
basically, yeah, his baby was born premature. They're not really getting into why premature, but
yeah, it was in the video though. I think it was something wrong with her uterus, cervix, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the point where, yeah.
So basically, they're premature. Damn, nigga. Woo!
Here, let's
getting teary, nigga. Because I mean, I ain't been to that exactly, but something close. But yeah, nigga. Like, yeah, nigga. I mean, damn, you know what? It's one of them stories I heard about, but like, this was last year, 2017. So it's like, fuck.
Here you go. Hold on. Let's let it play for a little bit. We play a lot of videos, so let's play this one.
Hey, for sure, nigga. I can hear the sound though, pimp.
Marquise and Morgan Goodwin don't have to.
You can't hear it?
Yeah, we hear it now.
Okay.
Imagine. Their baby boy was delivered stillborn Sunday morning after Morgan went into premature labor at 19 weeks.
Stillborn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So now there's no more sound. For some reason.
I don't know. Let's see.
Still no sound.
Despite his grief, hours later, Marquise was playing in the 49ers game against the Giants at Morgan's insistence.
God damn it! Still, you are you muting it, nigga? There's no more sound.
No, it's just going back and forth.
Yeah. So we got it though. Like, baby born premature, stillborn. So basically, the baby was born. I mean, for less of a better term, like non-viable, no heartbeat, not breathing.
It's a dead child.
I mean, you could be for the most part, and they probably did things. They probably did things as far as the pediatric side to try to make the baby viable. So he had little pictures and shit up where they were had the baby's hand in his hand, had the baby. That's fucked up. God damn, nigga. I don't know. Yeah, the baby's hand and the little baby's hand in his hand, so the baby's probably pretty much dead. Yeah, nigga. That's salute to that nigga, dog.
Salute, dog. That's a good sports story, man. That's not even just a good sports story, just a good story, period, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but on top of that though, I mean that was last year, so maybe when I really was trying to not fuck with the NFL last year, which I really wasn't for the most part. Maybe that was a bigger story, but I don't recall that being a story. And then how they tried to portray Odell Beckham to be this villain, because even when I heard today when they were talking about it, it was heroes and villains, and it's who's the villain in all this? It's you got Odell Beckham, who probably really fucks with old boy on a personal level, who went over there and hugged his family, hugged his sister, you know what I'm saying, and was oh, you want us to do a little dance off? Yeah, let's get it popping. And that's that's the real shit, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna go out and maybe it's because we're both on offense, so we don't really go against each other. Maybe that's it, but I don't want to make it that. I mean, I really want to think if Odell Beckham, if that had been a nigga who was playing cornerback against Odell Beckham, I really think from all I've seen about, especially a nigga who was on TV with motherfucking Lil Wayne's old fucking doped out ass, I think he still would be out there with a nigga who he's about to oppose, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with you for your sister because what that represents and what that means to you, and and I think the NFL really misses out on these stories, man.
Yeah, I mean that's I think it's definitely heartwarming to see him cheer her up and like from what I remember, I think Goodwin basically hit him back up on Twitter and said, "Man, thank you for that."
Yeah, he did.
It made her whole year. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't something that made her smile for the moment. It's something that's gonna be a highlight that she's gonna remember. That's gonna endure.
Yeah, like he went over there like hugged old girl in the chair. I don't know if that was Goodwin's people or not. And then the other girl came up to him, like hugged them. I mean, he could have really just been on some like let me dap you up type shit. But like it I don't know, man. It's like when I be like at work and people like talk about athletes, it's like they're just like these commodities, man, as opposed to like real human beings who are clocking in for a job. It's like it really fucks with me, dog. Like it's like it's not the same thing, but like when people equate soldiers to like this monolith to like just like and I'm sorry to our two listeners out there and y'all. That's the only thing I know how to equate it to. Where people equate soldiers to this monolith of people who just go out and like do harm to another country. It's like, no, bro. I'm just a nigga with a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nigga with like 6 kids at the house, and I'm just trying to provide, dog. Like Odell Beckham, Goodwin. Yeah, they make millions, but it's like, yeah, I catch touchdowns on Sunday to amuse you, but at the end of the day, it's just a job. And I think like the fact that people get that all fucked up, it's just like it really fucks with me. It really like I don't know, dog. It's like it really fucks with me. It's crazy. It's just crazy to me. Like it's like the fact that you can't see the humanity in a person like this. Like Odell Beckham, actually, like Goodwin didn't even have to approach him to say, "Hey, my sister fucks with you. My family fucks with you. They like you. Could you do this for me?" He could have just been on some like, "Fuck this nigga." But the fact that he would be like human enough to say, "Hey, man, even though we gotta play each other today, my family really fucks with you. Could you do this for me?" And for Odell to be like, "Oh yeah," and not even that, we gonna have a fucking like dance battle, my nigga, in the end zone. That's hey, yeah, that make a nigga get misty eyed, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy, dog. Like people really just forget the humanity of like these niggas that entertain them, dog, every day. Every fucking like Sunday, niggas who are like sacrificing literally their brains, their limbs, just so you can like have your fantasy points, just so I can talk shit to Frank about FSU, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Just so I can talk shit to Anthony about the Saints, nigga, whatever. Like people really forget the fact that these just like niggas who are faster than you, who are out there entertaining you. That's what it basically amounts to. Niggas who are faster than you entertaining you. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, my bad. I mean, but I don't also just want to say that. I mean, this is a good sports story because he plays sports, but this is just a good story. Period, man. Like, just like with them, I think just the bigger picture is like, yeah, man, we're just doing the sport and like how you mentioned it, like Odell. I mean, Marquise Goodwin didn't even approach Odell. You know what I mean? Maybe Odell just heard it from somebody else or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's just a good story. Period. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's on the sports side because he plays sports, but I mean, this is just a good story. Period.
But I said, but never forget though. Next week, let that nigga be emotional about anything, and he be back to being a demon.
Oh yeah.
And that shit fucks me up though. It's like
Odell?
It's like
yeah.
God forbid a nigga be emotional about trying to be good at his job. Whatever.
All right. With that, we'll segue to I don't know what kind of story this is. personally, I just like this guy more now after Draymond Green.
Nigga, he's the asshole at your job that you don't want to fuck with, dog.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't know what happened here, but I know that it became a story. I don't know how the Warriors are doing.
Well, but the thing that's funny is I heard like today they were talking about it, and they were like, Draymond said something like, "We'll be fine without him," but the thing is though, it's like, where's the lie though? We got a championship without that nigga.
Yeah. And a finals appearance with 73 wins.
I know, but it's like I know that it's like the beginning of the NBA, so we need stories. It's the mid-season in the NFL, not quite playoffs. There's no baseball. There's no no fucking, World Series. No one really cares about hockey. You know what I'm saying? There's no darts championship going on, so we gotta have
hockey players are welcome on this show too. By the way, hockey is a real sport, so
they can hit a dick, but and they can fight me. That's fine. But the thing is though, I saw the headline and I was like, "But is Draymond really lying?"
I don't think he's lying.
Yeah, but that's a trust. Right there, that's been violated, man. He a habitual line stepper too, man.
No, I agree. There's some habitual line stepping. There's some shit that should be left in the locker. I agree, Joe. There's some
I don't even know if that one should have been said in the locker room, bro. That's like he didn't attack the biggest hurtful thing that KD has experienced in his life. KD left Oklahoma and joined the enemy. And so everybody in the world been on his head, calling him snake and all this bullshit.
You're right.
And then the motherfucker that's supposed to be your ride or die, like we in a bunker, it's supposed to be us.
But Draymond ain't nobody's ride or die. And then KD should know that.
Shit, I'm just saying that's each cross the line.
No, I agree. So we both agree there are definitely levels to it. It's not as simple as the headlines want you to believe.
I think the real issue is here, especially as far as because like Draymond got suspended or whatever for this.
Yeah,
is that
he did?
He did. He got suspended for the game
internally. Yeah,
you got to look at this from a business standpoint. That Kevin Durant currently is still top 3 player in the league. Draymond Green has been going down a little bit each year. He's not even.
It's financial.
Not even a frontline player anymore. And it's already a 10-year situation with whether or not Kevin Durant is going to stay or not. And you got Draymond Green popping off statements like this. Come on, man, that's not good for the team.
But why do you need Kevin Durant when you have Stephen Curry? And
that's why I said that. That's why I said there are levels to it. I agree with you. I agree with you and
yeah.
I said at the base level when he says
he said that to because he really wanted to get at Kevin Durant. That was he.
I agree. But there's some truth to it. Like, we don't need you, nigga.
Man, it's a lot of It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of things.
They won that championship without him like 3 years ago, man.
Yeah.
No, they won too.
You know what?
That's why I said this.
They need to go back in the archives and find when Draymond Green was one of the main people that was saying we need Kevin Durant after they lost to the
That's why I keep saying there's levels to it. That nigga also at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, Draymond gonna be the last thing to get a paycheck. So he got to speak up, and he also got to get. I mean, hold on. Curry got 50. This motherfucking Clay got whatever the fuck. KD gonna get his money. I need to get my money too. Let me hit this game winning shot. I said there's levels to it.
Draymond ain't that talent, man.
No, I agree.
Draymond is averaging about 8 points a game now.
Y'all not hear what I'm saying. He's not that. I agree. He's not that talent, but he also wants to be spoken with as far as because it's all about the motherfucking spin in social media as far as Draymond hit a game winning shot. I agree. That nigga has never been I'm gonna score points, nigga. You the fucking Ryman 2.0, and you're not even that good at it right now.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not even what he was 3 years ago.
So okay.
No, that's what I say. That's why I keep saying there's levels to it.
So okay, so James,
and that's the point. You, Mr. Run your mouth all the time. He's already the dude that's, like you said, he's the asshole. He's always getting into shit. He probably cost him that championship because he got himself suspended.
He certainly did.
No, I agree.
So we don't need you popping off at the guy that we're trying to get to stick around next year. So shut up.
But
and that's what KD was saying on the way out the huddle. KD was like, he was mumbling, man. That's why I'm leaving anyway.
Right.
That's why I'm
hold on. Allegedly.
They might get Carmelo.
He's leaving for sure now.
They might get Carmelo.
I don't know about that. It's a long season, man. They could.
Yeah,
but also I say there's levels to it.
Brian's already in his ear, man.
Yeah, but this is like, but niggas that play like organized sports know, like, it ain't all love and fucking whatever throughout the year. Niggas talk shit, pop shit all the time. I talk fucking cash money to niggas on the sideline.
Kevin Durant's sensitive though, man. Everybody know that.
I know. I hear what you're saying. All I'm saying is that
you talking about like regular dudes that's already cool, halfway cool and all that, and it ain't got sensitive souls.
I get you.
Durant has got a sensitive soul.
Fuck your sensitive soul. All I'm saying is in the locker room, I have seen niggas get hands put on, and I have put hands on niggas at high school and college levels. That's all I'm saying. Fuck being niggas being sensitive. All I'm saying is that does happen. That's all I'm saying.
But that's nobody's arguing that it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you talk to the media, of course they're doing their little spin where it's like this. It's this big surprise, like, oh, I'm so surprised.
Man, the media gotta fill up pages, man, and fill up airtime.
No, but
right. So when you say this shit's done, that's the media pumping shit in your ear because it's a slow news cycle, so they gotta say something to keep their check.
I know. I already said that.
I'm saying,
because
we'll see. I'm not. It could be nothing. It could be everything. But it's gonna play out. It's gonna play out here in a second. We're gonna find out.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying, dog. You never know with niggas, especially when niggas got ego, especially when niggas like, I should be the motherfucking number 3 nigga in the league, but I'm not, but because of respectability, whatever the fuck. We'll see.
I think he's leaving anyway because going to Golden State is put like right now has like a black mark on his legacy.
You think he's going to improve at it by going to play with LeBron?
It'll be less of a stink on that
than playing with LeBron.
I think it depends on if they win a championship this year.
But the Lakers. But he wouldn't be going to a team that won the most games in league history and beat you when you should have won. The circumstances would be totally different.
So what you're saying that KD's legacy is tarnished a little bit?
I'm not talking about what will actually change his legacy. I'm talking about what will change the legacy in Kevin Durant's mind.
Okay, and to himself.
I'm talking about what he's doing for Kevin Durant's sake, not because it will actually change his legacy. His legacy is what it is probably at this point.
So I think he's comfortable with the decision.
What?
I think he's comfortable making that. I think he was comfortable making that jump to the Warriors, and I think he's still cool with it.
He was at first until the backlash.
You don't think?
No, I think that eats at him. I think that weighs on him.
Does. That's why he got so mad when dude Draymond Green knew what he was doing. It's like when you get in an argument with somebody that you know. And you just really want to piss him off, you really want to cut him deep, and you hit him with that one thing that you know is going to do it. That's exactly what he did.
Was he doing? Yeah. I mean, I think that whole decision. I think he was comfortable with it, especially because he saw how James got treated when he made his decision, and he saw the backlash. You know what I mean?
This ain't near the same. This is not even nothing near the same.
No, but what I'm saying though, he
not
saw
even
that.
Close.
No, but what I'm saying that he
But
saw
I mean, the people from Oklahoma were kind of pissed, but the people that understood basketball knew that James Harden would never be the man on that team.
No. I'm not talking about James Harden. I'm talking about LeBron James when he made the decision to leave. I'm saying that KD being that next level superstar, he saw it like in his prime. You know,
but those are not the same circumstances. I'm saying they left.
The reason that LeBron caught heat for that is mainly because he made a production out of it.
Yeah, he made a production.
If he didn't do the decision part, he probably wouldn't have caught as much heat as he did.
But I would say it would have been a production no matter what because he was leaving fucking Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well, it was gonna be, but what I'm saying is,
everybody
knew
the fanfare and the special conference and all that. Come on, man, everybody don't do that.
Hey, he raised some money for some kids, though.
But there has been no athlete like LeBron James until that point. They found this nigga out of high school.
There be no. Come on, man.
It would have been big regardless. It would have been regardless. But here's what I'm saying. The difference between the two situations is this. That LeBron, everybody knew that situation had run its course at that time. He knew because he was completely disgusted as he walked off the court, ripped his jersey off in the last game he played in Cleveland the first time. Hold on, Frank. So what I'm saying is, and then he went to create a new super team. He didn't go to an established super team. He went to go create a super team, and they had to take it from. He had to take it from whatever they were. They were a middling team, like a 6th seed in the East, to becoming a dominant superpower. Whereas Kevin Durant had a chance to go ahead and knock out the King, and he said if you couldn't beat him, you join him. And the team had already won historically the best regular season in the history of the game.
I agree with that.
No, I'm not disagreeing
those circumstances
with you.
are not the same. Those are not.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the decision behind the decision behind the decision. In other words, he had to have been comfortable because if he wasn't comfortable and he still made that decision, the media was not going to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
No, he was comfortable at the time.
Oh, you mean okay? So he grew uncomfortable with it.
But now once
the backlash came, he was no longer.
Yeah, but you had to expect the backlash, though.
Yeah, but I don't.
He wasn't expecting that.
This is more than
he was ready for that level of backlash, though.
Not that level, no.
I'm saying he wasn't ready for it. But even if he was ready for it, but I think like with a LeBron James, like you talking about a nigga since high school that has that weight on his shoulder. KD wasn't that nigga that had that weight on his shoulder. He always had like you got motherfucking the Beard, you got motherfucking Westbrook, you got all these niggas there where they was all these media personalities where like of course you're a superstar, but there's other superstars on your team. LeBron James has always been that nigga and always had that weight on his shoulder. So to him it was like whatever. KD ain't never had that spotlight, that singular spotlight on him until he went to the motherfucking Golden State and it was like, wait a minute, nigga. You're a motherfucking sellout. And like what they saying, I don't think he was prepared to handle that weight.
Okay. I could buy that. I could buy that.
And he doesn't handle criticism well.
Exactly. I mean, like you gotta like LeBron ain't never been in like motherfucking I got 20 Twitter accounts. Scandals,
but that's what I guess that's what I'm saying is like you don't handle criticism well, so you have to be comfortable with the choices you make going forward because it's not gonna sit well with you. You know what I'm saying? Like if I know,
well, hold on, but we didn't know he didn't handle criticism well until he went to Golden State.
No, we've known that because even when the news article in Oklahoma City called them a loser or whatever the fuck, he went off on them.
Yeah, but that's a one-off, though. That's a one-off where your hometown media outlet is calling you a loser as opposed to the world now because you're at Golden State, my nigga. That's totally different, dog. That's like Kansas City Star saying Negroraguan Podcast is a fraud as opposed to the New York Times is publishing shit all around the world saying we prize, nigga. That's a total different level of coverage, my nigga.
Okay. I guess so. Where's he gonna go now? So whatever decision he decides to go, he's gonna get backlash. He has to. You have to assume that, right?
No. He can go. He can definitely go to Washington.
Definitely go.
Well, yeah, Washington, yeah. But he's from
He can go to Washington. He's from Washington, so he could do that and be cool.
He can go to the Lakers because
he can go to the Lakers. He can go back to Oklahoma City if he wants to.
Because they, the rumor is that him and Anthony Davis gonna go to the Lakers next year.
I don't know if he can go to the Lakers, and that shit'll be cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he can go to the Lakers would be cool.
I don't think he can go to the Lakers would be cool. I think they'd be jumping from the frying pan into the fire.
You don't think Westbrook has a shot at going to the Lakers?
Westbrook's already signed up to stay.
He already up, didn't he?
Yeah. he read up, but like they could always trade him and stuff.
Yeah, but
he could always ask for a trade.
Why would they re up with him if they want?
And why would they trade him to the Lakers?
But I think
right, why would they do that?
But I think also Westbrook.
I don't want you to be my GM, Frank.
But also, I think Westbrook is okay with like saying, okay, I may never go to the motherfucking finals, but I'm gonna go to the Hall of Fame because I've been the nigga here for many years.
I like Westbrook, bro.
I like him too, but like he don't seem like a nigga that's caught up in like, oh, I gotta win a championship.
Not with those outfits.
Exactly. But I'm saying like he's very confident in himself.
Exactly.
Very confident.
All right, and another confident person here. Smooth segue into your favorite guy right now in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, putting ketchup on steak, which I find nothing wrong with. Just let me be for the record.
Because you're a Mexican.
I like the meat. No homo. I like the meat well done.
Hold up, nigga. What?
Nigga, you can't say no homo to that shit, nigga. That shit was super homo. Nigga,
how else would you phrase that?
I wouldn't phrase that, nigga.
I like steak. I like my steak well done. I like the meat. Well done. What?
All right, so Patrick Mahomes, this is his we got James.
This is non-story.
This is a super non-story.
No, we got James and Roger back over here. Kansas City Chiefs. And your guys' topic.
The only thing we debate about is the defense, nigga.
All right.
So here's your moment to talk about
Mahomes
the Chiefs.
Can cover steak and dog shit if he wants to.
I'm about to say just shit, but I agree.
As long as he keeps throwing touchdowns, I don't care what he eats or how he eats it.
Now you want to talk about a story? You want to talk about a story? You want to talk about a story? How they didn't dog these people out they fucking flights down to Mexico City?
Never.
That's the story.
The story you should have brought up.
What? Wait. What am I looking for?
The NFL was just like, fuck y'all. The
game's the game's not going to be in Mexico City anymore. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know that.
So the field is fucked up.
And there's no refunds for the tickets.
Yeah, and the NFL is hanging on the clause where they say on the ticket, basically
on the ticket,
the purchase says it's only for games that are canceled. This game hasn't been canceled.
No, it's been moved.
It's been relocated.
Their ticket is still good in LA, but
yeah,
they didn't buy tickets.
But never mind the fact that there are, what they said, 9,000 less seats. I believe.
Yes. Something like
that. But on top of that, my dude from, I don't know if you remember Richard Dillard from Mizzou. Richard Dillard, he's from Kansas City. He has a little Chiefs group that he kind of runs on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so he a lot of times will go out to wherever the game is the Chiefs are playing and just go to enemy territory by himself. You know what I'm saying? So he went to New England for that game. He was headed down to Mexico City, bought his ticket, got the hotel room.
Yeah.
All that shit was non-refundable. So when they moved that shit to LA, he might have a ticket to the game in LA, but he'd have to pay $600 more to get his ticket to move over to the flight. Yeah. To get the flight over to LA.
Because the airlines are saying that ain't got shit to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
You bought a ticket, my nigga. The hotels are saying that
I wouldn't expect the airlines or the hotel to do anything, but the NFL should refund the money.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I agree with that.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. If the NFL is making it to where they had not planned properly, they could have bought out the stadium to make sure they didn't have this concert on there. They could have had somebody down there supervising the field to make sure it was right. They should have done a whole lot of things to make sure this thing was right. You move from one venue to the other venue through no fault of the fans, and people are out all this money. If you submit a claim, the NFL got enough money where they could justify taking care of the handful of people that was flying down there.
The NFL is not in the habit of giving away money. They're in the habit of making.
And I understand. By any means necessary. I'm saying to you, you want to keep making money. Sometimes you got to spend money to make money.
All I'm saying is, conspiracy. Raj says, so they make more money, like for revenues.
But like realistically, and the fans are getting screwed over. But how many fans? Even though all these fans say I'm never gonna buy another NFL ticket or whatever, how many fans are there?
You already got some people feel some type of way about Kaepernick, man. You still all got a whole bunch of fans. They're not on the strongest footing right now. You know, I feel like they need to put themselves in some stories that make them look good.
Until the revenue starts going, they take a real hit in revenue. None of that. They don't care. That's just bottom line.
I'm starting to wonder how much
money. I think the NFL has demonstrated that they don't care anything about profit. Profit is what is number one. Everything else don't matter.
I'm still trying to figure out if somebody went down there and said, "Hey, if we move this game to LA, we'll probably make plus whatever profit as far as like trying to buy this fucking stadium out for these niggas down there."
How about this though? So, because they trying to put games in foreign places all the time. They trying to put them in London all the time. They trying to do it in Mexico City. What I'm saying is, if you set this precedent that this is how you gonna treat your fans, how many people gonna invest in these games? And it's obviously they feel like bottom line, there's money in these foreign markets, or they're trying to build up revenue in these foreign markets. When people stop going and you're going to have them playing in front of empty stadiums full of people who don't know shit about football, not even full, like quarter full of people who don't know shit about football, is that going to stop the money there? If you're not, I'm just saying, if you're going to do business, you got to do business right.
No, I feel you, but no, I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying,
is that going to fuck up the bottom line when the reputation is the NFL is going to be money hungry? They're going to fuck over their fans. Don't invest no money going to these foreign cities to go watch the games, because all they're going to do is they're going to move the game on you, and you're going to be stuck with a bill, and you can't even go to the game.
And I hear what you're saying. I think we're agreeing. All I'm saying is
that London and that Mexico City game are peanuts compared to the television contracts.
Then why do they keep running them then? Why do they keep playing over there?
Just to expand open market.
It's more promotional.
Yeah,
I'm saying you're trying to expand the market. You're trying to find the next dollar.
What?
The next pound, the next peso, whatever the fuck you're looking for. You're trying to find money somewhere else. And I'm saying to you,
I think
that's bad business.
I think it's bad business, but I don't think it's going to hurt them as much as you think.
Right. I'm saying it might be bad business.
I tell you what, if this becomes a consistent problem, if it happens again, okay. But right now, it's a one-off, and everybody's pissed off now. But they'll forget about it.
So fuck the Kansas City fans.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't the Kansas City Chiefs be trying to help their season ticket holders?
It's not all the Kansas City fans. It's however many. How many people are we talking about? Anyway?
We're only talking about the diehard Kansas City fans. That's all we're talking about.
Yeah. So shouldn't the Chiefs do something for them? Since it's the ticket, at least refund the ticket.
No, because it wasn't even. It's technically it's a LA game.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Yeah.
Once again, all I'm saying is somebody probably sat down and said there's a profit to be made into LA and sell more tickets because these niggas won't be able to come to this game. That's it.
Yeah, they just made extra money actually.
And I get what you're saying. It's a bad business move.
This is actually a win for the NFL.
Yeah,
we get to keep that money and make some more money.
And it might say how many niggas in Mexico fuck with like American football.
And they made their partners money. The hotel partners and the airline partners made them money. Shit.
And it just so happens to be what many people might think is the preview for the Super Bowl. It just so happens to be that's the game. It just so happens to be the game.
That's why this story gonna show back up. Don't let that be the matchup in the Super Bowl. This story gonna show back up, man.
No.
Who's buying tickets out of this group? Out of this group, who's buying tickets to that Super Bowl?
Not
Chiefs
me.
Make it.
Nah, I ain't
nigga. I barely like going to watch games in my motherfucking home city, nigga. Let somebody buy a ticket for me.
Oh, but you was excited, all giddy that one day.
Because it was free.
Okay.
The same way I drink McCormick. Same way I drink McCormick motherfucking vodka for free, nigga. It's free.
And going to the Super Bowl is hella expensive.
Yeah,
nigga, I'll be in my home, eating my own motherfucking wings, watching my own motherfucking TV screen, nigga. I'll be fine.
Nigga, I'm still recovering from the World Series tickets I bought back in 2014, nigga.
How much those hit you for?
In Kansas City, nigga.
All I'm saying is, this isn't the first game that was supposed to be the first game in Mexico. So these two teams that have one loss
in Mexico.
Huh?
This isn't the first game in Mexico.
That's what I'm saying. As I said, this isn't the first game in
Mexico.
Mexico.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's like, oh, they're so unprepared. Oh my goodness. But it just so happens to be the two teams that many believe might be the preview for the Super Bowl. Let's move them to LA where we can make more money off of this shit. And then have a whole nother story committed to this shit. Nigga, whatever. Whatever, nigga. Whatever. I don't believe in motherfucking coincidence. Whatever the fuck. We didn't know y'all was coming. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we've been going on a little bit too long. We could just start closing it up right now. In the segment of white people leave black people alone.
Leave us alone.
So apparently we had a teacher in Texas called the cops on one of her students for allegedly just having the feet up in the chair when not in class. So
I mean, it wasn't alleged. She did have her feet in the chair, but that's not a reason to get arrested. It's not alleged that she did have her feet in the chair, but that's not a reason to call the cops ever.
So
it's
the
like no
audio's
dialogue.
horrible. So again, go ahead, James.
No, this has got to be one of the most egregious of all of these. Because apparently the professor stopped class, went on a tirade,
on a tirade about all the
students, and then decided that that's not enough. I'm gonna call the cops on this one that won't take her feet down or whatever.
She just happens to be a nigga.
Is this campus security or is this
no the police department?
And the police department locked her up.
No, they ain't locked her up. They just took her outside.
I don't look. If she was disrupting class, she had to go.
No, she wasn't disrupting class. Though. She literally had her feet on the back of a chair that no one was sitting in.
And the student that filmed it said she wasn't making any noise. She wasn't causing a disturbance.
No. So basically, this professor went on a tirade about all the students in the class, all of them being on their phones.
Right. She was mad because nobody listened to her lecture, which was probably.
And so then she went over there and basically said, "This little nigger bitch over here with her feet on the chair, I dare her. Let me call the police."
Did she address it before she called the police?
Let's pay attention.
No.
No, I mean, no. I want to see the video. I don't want to speak. But
it's
no.
It's not in the video.
It's not in the video.
There's no video of the actual incident.
So this is what I wanted. Was her feet still on there by the time the police got there?
I don't know about that, but even if they were, I'm
saying, is she playing passive aggressive? She over here disrupting the class.
She's not disrupting the class though. If everybody's if my tirade is
Dude,
you're off.
How many times have you been in class and people had their feet up, especially in those big lecture halls?
You call the police on them, Joe?
I've been in lecture halls where white women have their shoes off, feet up, and picking their toe, like literally clipping their toenails off while people are talking, and people looking at them like, and nobody says shit. And I'm just like, we really doing this, bitch? Yeah. It wasn't no like, yeah, I got my feet up. Fuck you, bitch. I'm doing this. Yada yada yada. It was like,
how do you know? You say you didn't see the incident. How do you know she ain't playing passive aggressive?
No. I saw the whole incident where the teacher went off on like everyone like in the classroom.
In this situation or a different
the professor stopped class entirely and stepped out to call the police just because one student had her feet up on a seat in front of her.
It says right there. Mind you, she wasn't talking and interrupting the lecture.
Yeah, the class before this, professor went on a whole tirade about the whole how uncivil we all were because of a few students were on their phones or not paying attention, cutting lecture time for the rest of us because her ego was bruised. She got enough feelings,
How
though.
you know she didn't tell her to take her feet down?
Hold up, you're biased because you're instructor.
We found your agenda.
Yeah,
I'm saying I do this shit every day, man.
New agendas. New agenda. Agendas everywhere.
I mean, but even if somebody don't take their feet down, you gonna call the cops?
Joe, will you
you call somebody to come remove from the class? I call security on a regular basis, and sometimes SROs.
On a regular basis for what?
I'm telling you,
on the regular.
You're being very proud.
Are you gonna let me do it? You gonna let me talk about it? You gonna let me talk?
Do the students smell like weed when you call
police? Yeah, shit. I've had kids kicked out of school for smelling like weed.
I bet you that does.
Because they're minors. Because they're minors.
Because it's currently illegal, nigga.
They're minors?
Because it's currently illegal.
Are their feet up with blunts in between their toenails?
Dude, SROs, school resource officers,
come
to my classroom to remove students on a regular basis.
For what?
For shit like that.
For what?
For being passive aggressive. For passive aggression.
Feet are up on a chair that no one's in?
If they have been told to put it down once, if they have been given the opportunity to fix that situation, and
that's a very controlling.
Then they would do. Yes, they would.
It's a very controlling environment. It's a very controlling environment. So my feet are up on a chair that no one's in.
Yes, Roger. If you have been told to keep your feet on the ground,
that's a very controlling environment.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Roger, I don't know where you went to school. I know at my school. You got to keep these motherfuckers in line, otherwise they will take over your class.
I went to two schools. I went to Ruskin when niggas was getting knocked out.
This is not high school. This is not high school either. This is college.
I
understand that. And I'm saying to you in college, I've seen professors that have a certain
expectations. I love it, dog. Agendas. Hey, I love it how all agendas are being exposed right now. The agendas are being exposed.
Yeah, my agenda is I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and y'all niggas are speculating. No, you don't, nigga. I work in a classroom every single day.
I have never worked in a behavioral health institute before, ever in my life.
A behavioral health institute. I'm talking about a classroom.
Which is much more. Oh my god!
Hey, Joe, you just pulled the shit up and drill.
You have to have much more control over an environment with motherfuckers who are like, oh, I just stabbed a nigga in the face because he sneezed at me.
Hey, I know how y'all niggas used to throw motherfuckers in the walls, man, trying to dislocate niggas' arms. So I don't want to hear shit about what y'all talking about.
I've never done that.
Hold up. They called a police officer? How crazy.
Yeah. You know what?
I
never called the police on a motherfucker who had their feet on the couch.
That's because y'all motherfuckers got fired for putting your hands on niggas. How about that?
I never, even then, even if I wouldn't get fired, I'm like, okay, you get the feet on the couch, and that's it.
Damn,
I understand that you can't control everything.
Y'all niggas was exiting motherfuckers out the room off their feet on their head, man. Come on, man. Open the doors of their heads and shit, man.
You also understand that. Hey, I need. Hey, your feet are off the ground 10 inches. I need you to put them down, nigga.
That's right. Your ass is pulling their feet off the fucking ground and remove them from the room. That way.
Yes, because they were trying to stab me with a pencil, nigga. That's why.
You act like I ain't never had no shit, bro.
I know, because probably you tried to stab. You tried to say, hey, you sneeze, sir.
Hey, please trust and believe. Please trust and believe. I done had the guns off safety, nigga. I was ready to knock a nigga out probably about 2 weeks ago, bro.
I understand. Sir, you're sneezing right now. I need you to stop sneezing. Before I call the SRO.
I feel you, Star. I feel you, Star.
Hey, no, I love how all the agendas came out. I love you, Joe. I love you. You got real passionate.
Right. My agenda is I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all know what the hell y'all talking about. This ain't teach defense where motherfucker everybody is an expert of you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about niggas. This shit I do every day.
I like how you assume I don't know, but like college.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
A college kid.
I deferred to you when it was. Did the young lady have multiple sclerosis? Did she have what she? I deferred to you. That's your domain. I understand that you know that better than I do. So whatever you say, hey, I'm with you. Whatever you say, your diagnosis, I got you. So you the man. When it comes to this, listen to your boy, man.
Ooh, I'm saying, are you a college professor?
I've taught college classes. Yes.
Are you a college professor?
I send people to college all the time. I talk to college professors on a regular basis.
It's a yes or no question. Are you a college professor?
I have taught college class.
Are you a college professor?
I have taught college class.
So have I.
Well, then I guess we were both professors then, right?
There we go. And I still wouldn't call somebody on the police on a lady with her feet on the chair.
I feel you.
Well, apparently the university thought it was a problem because she's been removed from the classroom and she's probably gonna get fired.
Joe will be fired.
Damn. Oh, the professor was removed?
I don't know what happened. I didn't watch the video. I didn't see what I watched
the video, Joe. Watch the video, bro.
University on my screen, man. Thought she overreacted, apparently, or they wouldn't have removed her from the classroom.
I don't know. I was asking. I was asking what happened.
I do. I just fuck with you though, because you got PTSD. That's why I was just fucking with you.
I'm not.
Hey, now if you was here, I'd hug you.
I
love you too, bro.
I get no. But I get where you coming from, Joe. I know.
No, that's why I said I was fucking with him.
No, I know. Those classrooms, yeah, if you don't have control, hey.
Agreed.
Right.
I've seen, you know, when I did my little tutoring, I was doing, and them were just like third graders, and them little. Good Lord, I used to walk in the class to go get my kids for tutoring. Man, it looked like straight up East Side High, man. Like,
Joe. I was fucking with Joe, but he told me some of them stories. I was like, you better than me, nigga, because I'd have stuck the nigga into a fucking vet.
I definitely get the notion of men having to maintain your classroom.
Yeah,
it just seemed like this was.
I've been like, who else want to go into this event with this other nigga? Or we gonna just keep it? Because there's enough room for at least 10 more niggas to go into this event. Who else want to go in here? I'm just fucking with you, Joe. But no, on this one, I did watch the video, and that bitch is out of line.
Okay. I give it to you. I ain't watch it.
Well, no. You want to watch it?
Nah, it's not showing up on my phone. I don't know.
Hey, don't be doing that to Joe, man. Joe get PTSD, dog. That nigga, he just hang up. You know, Joe just hang up. Like the other he was like, I don't talk about Kanye. And then like surprisingly, 10 seconds later, he was gone.
I came back though.
Yeah, you did. I think you had like, whew. But I mean, like, yeah, that's overreacting. But like, yeah, parents, teach your kids like common manners. Cause I was for real, like, where was
this? Don't call the cops on my kid. Call me, bro.
Thinking the college class?
Yeah, college class. That's college class. That's trouble.
Nobody calling no.
So we're not calling nobody parents in the college class.
And if a kid is out of control, you ain't got no time to be calling no parents.
Yeah. So
you just weaponize the police.
No, but like I said, it's that gray area of teaching your kids what the fuck is right and wrong, like at an early age. Cause like when I was at KU, like I said on our chat group, and I was in orientation, and here's this white girl, like literally picking her toenails with her shoes off in this chair that I'm sure someone else is gonna sit in two weeks from now, because they have orientation every 2 weeks, and I'm just like, This bitch's parents failed her. That's all I can think about. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's definitely that gray area of like I would never in my fucking right mind think to put my feet up on a chair. But at the same point in time, I would think if I was teaching that class or instructing that class, I wouldn't call the cops. I'd just be like, hey, get your feet down. So definitely a gray area. Yeah, for sure.
All right. And the gray area sometimes gets a little bit dark. And
when you're a black person, there's no gray area. Niggas need to go to jail. So I need to get better.
Right.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean...
That's it.
We were supposed to talk about something, but I forget. I've been drinking.
Really?
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's all we have, man. We went a little bit way too long.
Way too long.
Way.
Yeah. It happened again.
Way too long.
Yeah.
Well, you had 5 niggas on the podcast.
Right.
Yeah, everybody
and the showrunners just letting the inmates run the asylum.
There it is.
Hold on, James.
Basically,
shots fired.
I'm just saying.
So basically,
hey, it got awfully shady around here real quick. Hold up.
80.
Yeah, damn.
These two trifling ass brothers we got in this motherfucker.
See, we signed them.
Hey,
We signed them
we
to the guaranteed contract.
Frank is the moderator, and he just be letting us just do what the hell we want to do.
Hey, James.
Hold on.
James is Draymond.
Hold on. I'm about to say, which one of us is Draymond Green?
James,
we know who Draymond Green is.
Nigga, that's Roger all day. Yeah.
How am I Draymond Green?
Okay.
Wait, so who's KD in this incident?
So
it's got to be you, man. You the talent, bro.
Right.
Talent, nigga. You the one send out the invites. I'm Draymond Green.
Nigga, I'm the straight shooter, nigga. Hey, I'm either Clay or I'm Steph, bro.
Right.
Which one you want?
Clay, nigga. You light skinned tall, nigga. You Clay, nigga.
That's like, I'm gonna come and just do my job, knock down a 3, and go on home, bro.
Go home, nigga. Let me drop 50 every once in a while.
Yeah.
So that made Anthony the nigga. Who's that nigga come off the bench?
AI.
What?
Iguodala out this motherfucker.
Iguodala. I was like, AI. You said Anthony ain't in the league no more?
The other AI, Andre Iguodala, man.
Yeah, my bad. I heard that. I was like, whoa, that nigga ain't even playing no more.
Get them MVP minutes in the championship series.
That made James and Steve Kerr, nigga. He just like the common voice, like, hey, come on, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing right now, nigga? Y'all niggas is really acting up. The older, more mature voice of reason.
But I've been out. I got that back problem though.
That back problem, except when it comes to Chiefs defense, then he gets real irate, nigga.
Oh shit!
That's only when I feed into your bullshit.
I love it. And we all have so
we ain't talking Les Miles.
Oh, I didn't want to say nothing.
Lord,
I didn't put it on the show.
40 minutes.
I didn't put it on the rundown, but
man.
Hey, so basically,
KU football's back.
Hell no,
it's not.
Never, nigga. So basically, we basically found out like 2 new agendas.
They gonna break Les Miles. Man.
We already know James' agenda, the KU defense, and so with Joe, we know we got to bring up like teachers and like the police. This just be a wrap.
And then for me, you got to bring Latinos that are coons. That should have triggered me.
And then for Roger, is baby smoking weed.
Baby smoking weed, nigga.
Baby smoking weed.
Right.
Let them babies smoke weed, nigga. Hey, you actually gotta say, let them little niggas smoke weed.
That's probably why Roger mad, because he probably be throwing joints in their little lunch pails and stuff. Hey. Like, what you mean my kids can't sell weed up in here? We gotta make money.
Hey, let them babies get them special gummies.
Right.
All the babies. Why all the babies so sleepy? I ain't worried about it, lady.
Oh shit, they got Les Miles. KU did get Les Miles.
Yeah. Hey, so basically they're gonna be better than Florida State next year.
Easy now.
That ain't that hard.
Fall back now. Hold on now.
Oh shit.
It's a low bar.
Chances about to break Les Miles, man. Shit.
But actually, that's not saying they're gonna be better than Florida State.
I already said Les Miles is 65, man. This ain't no situation for a 65-year-old to walk into.
No.
It's way too far that's a lot of dragging out the dumps.
Bring back Mangino, dog, for your homeboy. I like it.
All right, so you're a KU fan, James. You're a KU fan, so
you think yeah, I am.
So what do you think about this move?
Give me Les Miles 10 years ago, and I'm cool.
Exactly.
Okay.
But Les Miles now,
you couldn't get Les Miles 10 years ago.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying.
But take it when you can get them.
Y'all should have kept Charlie Weiss or my nigga.
What?
Turner Gill.
Dude, Charlie Weiss is a goddamn slack. That motherfucker knew what he was doing, man. He came in for the check, period.
Charlie Weiss.
So you don't think Les Miles come in for the check?
Charlie Weiss would never had a season of not winning.
True.
What?
Right.
I'm just saying. Charles,
he was getting his ass kicked
but he won the game, right?
In Notre Dame.
He won his game, right? I said he never would have had a season not winning.
Not winning?
Yeah. Y'all had that one season where y'all had a 0.
Three losses and 0 losses ain't that far away from each other. Wins, rather.
That's 3 more wins than 0.
Your point.
My point remains. He never would have went with no losses. That's all I said, dog. That's it.
So why do you think that Les Miles won't be successful at KU? I mean, for real. I'm asking you.
No, I don't think he's gonna be successful.
No, but why? Why? Is it because of the basketball program?
And he ain't been coaching. How was the last time he actually coached?
Shit, back in
when's the last time y'all knew Coach ever coached? It doesn't seem like very recent.
Let's see. Damn. Les Miles haven't coached probably.
I mean, dude. I mean, whatever. Dude.
All right, so okay.
I know. Hey, he about to say something about Missouri.
Damn.
He was like, nigga, fuck you. I don't want to do this. Hey, I know
dude,
that.
You acting like I'm hyping this dude up. I'm telling you.
I know you're not hyping.
I don't think this is the answer.
So what would be the answer for you?
I agree with you. All I'm saying is
I don't think this is the answer. So I really don't know what else there is to talk about.
All I'm saying is, was the coach?
Y'all need to try to get Bill Snyder.
Dude, Bill is already. Bill is fading so fast.
What?
All right, we got to stop. We got to keep going.
Hey, James is not amused.
I don't even know why that was funny.
The only older nigga out there that can coach, man.
Yes.
That nigga look like a daddy who came in his room. His sons was fucking around, dog. That's how James looked, dog. He nigga was like, y'all need to go to bed. I told y'all last time we came up here. Y'all, this time to go to bed.
No, it's time for us to get
out. Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's get out. Let's wrap it up. Come on.
Y'all ready?
All right, man.
That's a good show.
Yeah.
Good show.
We'll find out.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, well, like our 3 fans will listen, I guess.
They might get this. Shit might be 3 episodes. One Monday.
I'm going
before
to bed.
Thanksgiving, one after Thanksgiving.
It ain't gonna happen.
So all right then. Yes. Thank you everybody for tuning in.
So it James be so negative.
Yeah. Okay, nigga. We doing this. There's no longer a hat. We are just the Negroraguan Podcast.
We're doing this for us.
For us.
Yeah. This is not for mass consumption. This is strictly for us.
For us. I got my homeboy up in here. I got 10 meters. Anthony. I got
10 meters.
I got Joe Jeff.
Mm.
I got 30 Pizza AG. I'm the KC Stork. We are Negroraguan Podcast. And as always, enjoy the
music.
Network.